So, you're hoping to move to the US, and despite recent events, you're not alone. 2020 saw a significant drop in the number of people moving to America, but by no means did the flow stop. The United States is still a very popular destination for professionals looking for work or for artists seeking opportunities in arguably the largest entertainment market in the world. For the purpose of this video, we're going to assume that you have found an employer in the US, and the next question that you have is, what do I need to do? First of all, your employer is going to need to file a petition on your behalf. This means that they're going to need to submit proof to US immigration officials that not only do you qualify for the position, but that they are not able to find an equally qualified US citizen to do the same job. Your employer will be asking for documentation from you to establish your eligibility, and it's highly recommended that your employer or you seek professional assistance from an immigration lawyer. The laws are complex and somewhat murky. You're going to thank me if you get help here. So let's assume that you've gone through this process. You've received the okay from US immigration officials and you're getting ready to move. Congratulations. Here are some tips. Number 1, make sure that you have all of your documentation neatly bound in a place that is easily accessible. When you arrive at the border, the last thing you want is to be faced with a situation where the individual processing your file can't find what they're looking for. Regardless of the fact that you may have an acceptance letter, US Border Control still has the authorization to refuse your entry. Check, check, and check again. If you're going to be taking a lot of things with you, it's highly recommended that you work with an experienced cross-border moving company. There is a significant amount of paperwork that needs to be submitted and filed to the correct people if there are unaccompanied household goods being shipped. This may include, of course, your vehicle. Number 2, this probably goes without saying, but you're probably going to want to arrange for temporary accommodation prior to leaving. There are lots of resources out there. Just make sure that you take your time and do your due diligence. Number 3, scout out the area that you're planning to move to for banks, supermarkets, medical clinics, etc. Moving can be extremely stressful, but having a good idea of the lay of the land prior to moving will go a long way to help smooth the way. Speaking of banks and finance, at some point you're probably going to want to apply for a US credit card. And this is a great point to mention the sponsor of this video. When you do get to applying for US credit, they're going to need to check your credit history. And if you're a Canadian who has just moved to the US, you'll find it challenging without a local credit history. This is where Nova Credit comes into play. They have partnered with Equifax in Canada and American Express to help you use your Canadian credit history to apply for credit cards in the US. If your application is accepted, you can start building your US credit history straight away. This has benefits way beyond just the credit card itself. With the US credit history, you can apply for apartments, loans, mortgages, and other products and services much more easily. Learn more about Nova Credit by clicking the website in the description. So we hope that you found this useful. We're planning on making this a 3-part series and would love to hear if you have any advice for people planning on moving to the US. Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe and, of course, hit that like button. Until next time.